I finished my last sketchbook in a burst of creative energy, and then nothing. Just days of feeling strangely lazy and uninspired. In this video, I share 6 tips for when you're feeling a little stuck in your sketchbook. Tip number 1, get out there. I love relaxing at home a little bit too much, but in this case, I got out to a local bluegrass festival on the 4th of July.
So pour me another cup of coffee, for it is the best in the land. I put another quarter in the jukebox, I play the truck driving band. How y'all doing out there?
I loved seeing this retro bluegrass band and dropping ink into the negative space around my simplified sketch. I ended up making 2 paintings of the band. I didn't want to have 2 such similar sketches on the same spread, and that ended up leading me to my next tip. Tip number 2, leave spots unfilled and see what fits in there. When I sketch something on just one side of a spread, I love the blankness on the other side because it makes me think about how to fill it. Sometimes having a close-up of a wider view, or maybe complementing the colors of the other page. In this case, though, the bluegrass music turned my thoughts to the banjo and Steve Martin's old comedy bit about how you just can't be sad while playing the banjo. I had been dying to try this ink resist technique again. I painted with gouache first, covering everything with permanent black ink, and then rinsed the gouache away. Wherever there had been paint, the ink lifted too, leaving behind these scratchy block print textures. By leaving spots unfilled, you give your future self a creative problem to solve.
You just can't sing a depressing song when you're playing the banjo. You just can't go, oh, death and grief and sorrow and murder.
Tip number 3, lean in on cherished memories. I had to try ink resist again, and this time I focused on the mandolin and my love of the late great Levon Helm of the band. I got to see him perform at one of his midnight rambles shortly before he passed away, and I loved giving him a spot here in my sketchbook. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing the image emerge as the ink washes away. Here's another example of leaving room. The full-size portrait of Arthur Morgan left a big hole on the page for a close-up of his face from the same pose. Tip number 4, just smear paint. Let's face it, we're all uninspired sometimes. In this case, I just wanted to get some paint down. I used a plastic card to smear acrylic into this shape, which then suggested a surfer's big wave to me. Surfers were still on my mind, which then led to these little figure studies. And then it was time to throw around some more paint. think this little surfer girl was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Tip number 5, draw things from imagination. I lean heavily on references, so drawing from imagination feels pretty uncomfortable. But it's a fun challenge to embrace, and it can lead to all sorts of wonky, happy accidents. Or not. For this spread, I sketched one thing a day of whatever popped into my head, be it a winged girl or a giraffe-legged cat. After the spread was filled, I used references to my heart's content on the next spread. I like how these two spreads go together as a strange set of images, one purely from imagination and the other benefiting from the support of references. And I'm bound to get more comfortable with drawing from my imagination if I practice it. Tip number 6, follow a whim. I was having a slow morning watching a few YouTube videos, sort of trawling around for creative inspiration. Nothing was grabbing me, but when I saw this sea creature with a boat on top of it, I had a whim to draw it. I didn't, though, and hours went by. That medieval whale was still sloshing around in my brain, and I needed to follow my whim. Then I wanted to fill the shape left behind with coordinating colors and thought about a tropical plant I'd photographed in Puerto Rico. Then I was stumped on what to put on the left-hand side of the spread. I hated a canvas painting I had once started of the same flowers. Long story, but I just liked the class and didn't ever go back. I chopped up that hated painting, getting rid of the bad associations and finishing the spread. If I had ignored that medieval whale whim, I'd never have done any of this. One little whim led to another, and before I knew it, I'd finished an entire spread in a way I never really would have planned or imagined. Then I had a whim to make a frame out of the edges of the cut-up canvas. And, well, I followed the whim. But now I am stuck on how to finish this spread. Really stuck. What would you put in this empty space? Let me know in the comments. And if you have your own tricks for getting unstuck creatively, I'd love to hear those too. Looking back through these pages, I see that none of these ideas arrived because I sat around waiting to feel inspired. They happened because I followed one tiny spark of curiosity, and that spark led to the next one, and the next one. And maybe that's all that creativity really is.
Often sketching, always scheming. Often sketching,
Subscribe.
always scheming. Sketchbook scheming, sketchbook scheming.